Good evening, my lovelies. What it do, what it do, what it do. This Miss Yaakov coming straight from that Spiker Star, aka the Messenger, aka the Virgo Goddess, aka the Daughters of Zion, aka that Topaz Gem Sapphire. Hey, listen, always have a message for you, but it's up to you to discern what Miss Yaakov is trying to say. Remember, I'm just outside looking into your world, see things that you just don't see, okay? But dig this here. The name of this is called Ark of Covenant, Destruction of Solomon's Temple. 1 Kings 9, 6 through 8. But if you or your descendants turn away from me and do not observe the commands and decrees I have given you and go off to serve other gods and worship them, then I will cut off Israel from the land I have given them and will reject this temple I have consecrated for my name. Israel will become a byword and an object of ridicule amongst all peoples. This temple will be a heap of rubble. 2 Kings 25, 8 to 17. The destruction of the temple by King of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, in the beginning of exile. Everything was taken by the king of Babylon except the Ark of Covenant, and left some of the poorest people of the land to work the vineyards and fields. Okay, so therefore, the last time the original Ark was ever saw, okay, was the physical temple, King Solomon's physical temple at the time of its destruction, okay? Nebuchadnezzar never ever touched that Ark of the Covenant. He took everything else except for the Ark of the Covenant. He never touched it, okay? And not only that, but it's not written where else exactly did the Ark of the Covenant go, okay? But using basic common sense and critical thinking skills, that Ark of the Covenant, the original, was taken up to the celestial realms, okay? It was taken up to the celestial realms because nobody on this earth, okay, is not worthy. Okay, they were not worthy to handle that Ark of the Covenant. And remember, he struck a lot of people down and killed a lot of people behind that Ark of the Covenant. That Ark of the Covenant is something sacred. Okay, that is something sacred. Okay, so there's no way that nobody physical being on this earth right now, okay, got that original Ark of the Covenant. Okay, you might see some replicates, okay, and even a replicate can be very, very dangerous. Okay, that's not something to play with. You gotta make sure you're worthy. You gotta make sure your heart and your spirit is in the right place when you're dealing with even just a replicate, okay, because you offering it up to the spiritual realms as the offering to accept your offering. Okay, so yeah, they took it up to the celestial realms, okay? And then not only that, but it's also been rumors, again, like I said before, that the Ark of the Covenant was in Ethiopia. That's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie, because ain't nobody worthy. He done struck Uzzah down. He done struck the Philistines down. He done struck people in Beth Shemesh down. Okay, he struck a lot of people down, so there's no way the original Ark ever touched Ethiopia. Okay, they're not holy out there in Ethiopia for that original Ark to be in their presence, okay? Absolutely not. Okay, so therefore, again, it went up to the celestial realms, okay? And not only that, but the Babylonian exile is the 400-year captivity, okay? And not only that, but the one third that's mentioned in Zechariah 13 and 8 are from the exile of Solomon's temple, okay? Because remember, the destruction of Solomon's temple, the 1/3 was carried off to Babylon, okay? And they was dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth, or throughout the earth. Okay, so this event that's coming up, the regathering that's coming up, is really, really huge. And I can't wait, okay? I can't wait. Get out of 400 years of captivity out of Babylon. Man, listen, that would be a blessing. Okay, that's what you call a blessing. But anywho, I'm about to get on out of here. Yeah. The 1/3 that's mentioned in Zechariah 13 and 8 are from the ones from the Babylonian exile. Okay, yes. The 400 years captivity. Okay, the scattered. Okay, anywho, I'm about to get on out of here. This is Miss Yaakov, the Daughters of Zion, that Spiker Star, the brightest star of the constellation. Looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see. I'm out.